Hey everyone, welcome back to Dear Dad with Ivan and Brad. He's Ivan, I'm Brad, and this is episode 22. What we do on Ivan and Brad, or on Dear Dad with Ivan and Brad, is we give you everything from a male and a father's perspective on everything parenting, co-parenting, being married, being divorced, and being a single parent. So, Ivan,
Yo.
this past weekend,
Mm-hmm.
I was out in the heat. And
Where'd
it
you
was
go?
Hot. No, I stayed in Washington.
Oh, okay.
The week before that, I should say, Monday through Friday, I traveled from Utah to Colorado and back to Utah again. Utah was 1 degree less than 100 degrees, so 99. And Colorado, one state over, was like 68 to 78, depending on if we were up in the mountains or down below. It was like night and day difference.
That sounds like Seattle in the fall.
Yeah.
Just like you go from Seattle to like Tacoma and you get two completely different weathers.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then last week I wasn't here in Washington, but it was like, what, the 90s last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently we've had a record-breaking heat thing, whatever. I don't know.
I believe it.
I have AC in the house though, and in my car, so I haven't been suffering.
That's good.
My kids were in Vegas the past 4 days though.
Doing,
Just their mom took them.
okay.
They went with their mom to Vegas just to vacation. You know, they stayed at a couple hotels, walked the strip, things like that, you know.
Yeah.
And they had fun. They brought me back one of those utility knives.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like a Swiss Army knife?
Yeah, a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Obviously I appreciated the thought, but
Yeah.
I don't use things like that.
Oh,
you
okay.
know?
Okay.
But it was cool. It says dad on it. It was cute.
No, that is cool.
Yeah.
And that's probably why they really got it.
Yeah.
If they would have seen anything else with dad on it, they probably would have gotten that too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
cool.
I got these shoes too. I bought myself these shoes.
So you got
I
like
thought
a
you would like them.
Yeah,
I'm
you-
starting to collect them, man.
I know. I can see that. I can see that. Those are pretty good looking red.
Yeah, I like them, man. Chili
Yeah.
red. They were not expensive. Like, I mean, shoes are expensive, but I bought them. I was able to buy them retail, and I like them.
Yeah,
you know.
that's good.
Yeah, no, Brad. I'm beginning to have a problem because I'm buying shoes like crazy right now.
Wow.
I have 2 on the way right now. 2 pairs
2 pairs, and I know that you have like 3 or 4 that you just bought.
recently, right?
Yeah. So now it's what, 5 or 6 pairs you have
Of Jordans.
of just anything. I mean,
No, no, I have many shoes.
Okay.
Now, but
Okay.
like I bought the 5s, the 12s, the 9. These are the 9s, I think.
Size
I don't
9
know.
and size 5.
Sure. But no, I mean, like right now in the mail, I have a pair of Dunks.
Okay. I haven't heard of those.
They kind of look like Air Forces or Jordan 1s kind of, but they're
Gotcha.
low. They
Okay.
look cool. I'll show you a picture later.
Okay.
But and a pair of 1s as well on the way.
Wow. You do have a problem.
You know, when I started buying them, I told myself one a month, one pair a month, and
You just couldn't. You're like, I want all 12 months right now.
yeah, but I need to cut back. I'm gonna cut back. I'm gonna start buying one a month again.
Yeah. After you get your initial 7 or 8.
Yeah, I think this is like that first wave. You
Gotcha.
know,
So how many shoes do you really have?
how many pairs of shoes?
Yeah.
Counting my dress shoes, because before I was really into dress shoes, so I have a
Oh,
lot
okay.
of dress shoes as well. I love dress shoes.
Okay. So yeah, count them all. Dress shoes and tennis shoes.
And boots.
Sure.
Like
Throw the boots in there too. Even throw some flip-flops in there if you have them.
I have flip flops too, man.
Have you ever had UFAs?
Had what?
UFAs?
What is that?
It's like a flip-flop, but it's the kind that you slide your foot into where your toes are showing all the way through. It's not like you have one that splits your toes, so it just kind of velcros over the top of your foot. So comfortable.
What are you calling them?
UFA. OOFA.
And do you know what slides are?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a slide.
Okay, so-
yeah, it's a type of slide.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it more comfortable than a
Yes,
slide?
it's supposed to be. I mean, I love them. I should have worn them today. I could have shown you.
We'll put it right here so everybody
Yeah.
can see them.
Mine are all white. So
UFAs.
UFAs.
Are they foamy?
Yeah, kind of foamy. Not like 1980, 1990 foam. Like this is the soft.
I wasn't born yet, so I don't know.
weren't.
You're really old.
I am super old. I got the gray hair to show it here too.
Oh my God, Brad. I've always had,
Super dark hair.
yes, I've always had very, very, very black hair.
Yeah.
Like super dark.
Mm-hmm.
But I've also always had one white hair here, one there, maybe one over here over the past several years.
Okay.
But that's just, from stress, from work,
Oh, yeah.
from kids, all that stuff, right? I took off my hat the other day, Brad. Whew. I got several all over the place, man. It's not like you yet, but
No.
like they're popping out more. And
Yeah.
right now my hair is short. So I can imagine once I let it, I'm letting it grow out right now. Once it grows out, I'm sure it'll show even more. But
How much are you gonna let it grow out?
I don't know yet. We'll see. I hate my hair, dude. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I hear you, man.
I might
So
just keep buzzing it off.
speaking about heat, the guys that worked this week, they were like, I mean, they were getting a lot of water breaks and stuff like that. But like my outside guy, my yard manager, he basically like after 2:00, he was like, "I'm done. I'm quitting." So they usually get off at 4:30, but he was calling it quits at 2:30.
And you can't blame them.
Oh no, not at all. I mean, he's in the heat the whole time. Plus, we have asphalt and we have trailers because we sell a ton of trailers. So there's lots of steel and aluminum around him. So he's getting the sun coming straight down off the asphalt,
And
off
beaming.
of the steel. Yep.
And everything he touches is hot. Or they touch. No,
Yep.
man. Working. I used to work outside. Back in the day, I used to work at a tire shop. So, I worked there for a while. So I worked there through all the seasons. So the heat sucks. The winter sucks.
Yeah.
You're really never comfortable when you're outside.
You're not. I was gonna say maybe at fall or spring.
Maybe early fall, because late fall it starts raining. Then
Yeah, so
you're
then you get wet.
also screwed.
Yeah.
So I guess the springtime
Yeah.
is right about like
60s to 80s.
like mid spring,
Yeah.
mid to late spring, when it's not raining.
Right.
When it's done raining,
Right.
but it's not hot yet. That's when it's okay for outside employees.
So like for like 7 or 8 days.
Yeah, basically, man.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
So let's talk about our work.
Okay,
We both have a job because we're not deadbeat people.
that's right. That's right.
You work here at Marlin.
Yes.
Marlin?
Yep. Marlon.
Marlon.
Yeah, Marlon.
I was waiting for
Recreational.
you to.
Yeah. It's funny because it's spelled like Marlon Wayans,
Yeah.
or Marlon Brando. But yeah, we say Marlon. Marlon Recreational Products.
And you've been here how long?
Going on 3 years. So
3 years.
yeah, a little over 2.5, almost 3.
Okay. And you moved up, what, 2 positions since you've been here?
One. Yeah,
One.
just one. Yeah,
Okay.
went from territory sales manager to the
Shop
Branch
manager.
manager.
Branch manager.
yeah.
That's great, man.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you.
And you like working here, yeah?
I do. Yeah. I'm not
for those of you that don't know, our studio is in Brad's warehouse. His boss was super kind enough to let us use this really big office. I know it doesn't look like we have a lot of space, but we are using, from where you guys are, the cameras, to this wall is maybe a third of the room.
Yeah.
So it's long. It's a long room. And, when we first got together and talked about doing this, we were like, let's do it at your house or my house, in the living room, whatever. Everything was cool. But then you were able to get us into this office, and I really appreciate you and your boss for that, because a place to do this is one of the biggest obstacles anybody has.
Right.
And once we got in here and we started trying to organize and create our look in our studio, I realized, yeah, you can do it anywhere, but it's kind of hard to. We have a pretty nice setup, I think.
Yeah.
For amateurs and first timers,
Yeah.
we have a pretty nice setup.
Oh yeah.
So I'm really thankful that we're able to use this space. So, anyways, one promotion. You love your job.
I do.
You used to travel a lot.
I used to travel quite a bit, yeah.
Now you don't. Now you're in the office most of the time.
Right, yeah.
Firing people, hiring people, training people, developing people.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Speaking, dude, when I said developed, I brought up a memory that I have because one of my favorite things I like to do is, when I write a review. Usually, if I write a review, it's a bad review.
Oh, okay.
I hardly take the time to write good reviews just because we don't think about it.
It's really common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which isn't the best thing, but we're busy, What I like to put in my reviews usually is, so for example, if I'm at Fred Meyer, it happens a lot at Fred Meyer in the deli department because they're so slow.
Okay.
I'll be like, whoever is in charge of hiring, training, developing, and following up with employees at the deli should be fired themselves.
Because it's that bad.
It's so bad, dude.
I can probably say I've been to the deli maybe a couple times at Fred Meyer. But I'm not a deli guy. Like, I don't go and buy stuff from the deli a whole lot.
Neither do I. But I used to do Instacart, so I would have to go. And as Instacart people, which Instacart, for you guys that don't know, is Brad makes an order online. It's like Uber Eats for groceries. He makes his order online. I go shop the order, and I take it to his doorstep. But a lot of people like that order deli meats. So it's well known in the shopper community that look down your list. If there's any deli meats, you better go get them first because you're going to be able to ask for them, go do the other shopping, and hopefully they're done when you get back.
And a lot of times they're not. Is that what you're saying?
It's been a couple. If it's not, dude, if I went and did whole shopping list before that's done, that's a big problem.
Yeah.
Usually it is. There's been a couple times where it's not. But, like, you need to give them that much time because they're not going to have it ready in 5 minutes.
Right. Yeah.
Which is crazy.
It is crazy, especially when they do it all day long.
Oh, and they have machines.
Yeah. I'm thinking, but
it's crazy.
I mean, granted, if they were here, maybe they'd say, well, you don't realize there's 20 people in front of you. They're all shopping also. So maybe we don't see them. However, like you said, you've been doing it all day long. You got machines. You're slice, bag, weigh, sticker, boom. Slice, bag, sticker. Yeah.
And I guarantee you they don't have that big of a list before you go request something.
Yeah. They probably take a couple breaks in between.
It's the worst, man.
Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah, so how long were you
in the one position before I moved?
Yeah.
So I've had my position right now almost a whole year, 11 months. I'm in my 12th month right now. So, and I've been here for over 2.5 years. So, yeah, a year and a half, maybe a little over a year and a half. I was in my current position or in my past position as a territory sales manager. And then I moved into the branch manager.
Have you made friends here?
I've made friends. Well, I would probably say, yeah, I have.
Yeah?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Like friends you hang out with outside of work?
Yeah, I have hung out with them outside of work, so yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really special when you can do that, man. I've had a few friends from work before. I have where my mom used to work, she had hired a man. And then eventually she also hired her son, the Russian, Vladimir and Gago. Okay. And eventually they became friends of our family. My dad knows them, I knew them, and eventually I worked with them too. So I still hang out with them to this day.
Right.
If we all get together and have time or whatever.
Wow, that's awesome.
And I have a couple others like that. Like my mom's best friend in California, they met at work as well. This was a little over 20 years ago.
Okay.
They met at their work.
Yeah.
They're still best friends to this day.
Well, you figure you spend, if you work side by side with this person, 40 hours a week.
At least.
Yeah. And so it's like, here you are 40 hours a week. Then in today's world, you probably have them on Facebook, Instagram, whatever other social media things you share. So you're catching up with them on that thing. Like, wow, that was a really cool trip you went on. Or, oh, that's really neat that you bought that at the store. I've never seen that before. So then you're conversing that way.
Yeah.
Then you might make a phone call to them every once in a while. And, oh, you want to go hang out and get, something to eat this weekend or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're probably going to see some of your favorite people at work. If you work 40 hours a week, you're probably going to actually converse with them for 50 hours a week. Even if you go out with them for one night a week or just even one night a month or whatever it is.
I'm going to go off topic a little.
Okay.
Still with work.
Okay.
But not about the stuff we talked about earlier.
Okay.
But still with work. Johnny. He works at a sandwich shop.
Okay.
In the mall.
Johnny was our former producer. Got us started.
Still my brother.
Yeah.
Still kicking.
Yep.
So he had gone to a picket, which is my reaction exactly, where they picket.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And when he got back, I was like, well, for what? And they said that they were trying to form a union at his job.
Oh, okay. So it was at his job.
For his job.
Gotcha. I thought you were like saying some random picket. I'm like, okay.
He works at South Center Mall. The picket was in Tacoma. And he had a shirt that said his shirt said one wage should be enough.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
Which already red flags for me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where you lie on that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about it. There's that big debate, right?
Right.
One job should be enough. Which, if it's a job like this one for you, yeah, it should be enough. Mm-hmm. But if it's a job like a sandwich shop for a junior or senior in high school,
right,
should that be enough for him to go live on his own?
I absolutely say no.
Right.
And there's a reason why it's called minimum wage.
Minimum wage.
Because it's
part-time.
Yeah, it's supposed to be for high schoolers, college kids going through school. And look, I get it. I mean, I do. I get that there's a ton of single parents out there. There's just even if you're married, there's tons of people out there looking for a job.
Yeah.
And if you go out and get yourself a job, that's on you for the job you chose. So if you go and apply for McDonald's, I do not think McDonald's should be able to support a family of 3, a single mom or dad, or a mom and a dad and a kid.
Yeah.
Like that shouldn't happen. And that's why, like, if I always...
You know who it does happen for in McDonald's, though?
The managers?
The GMs.
Oh,
the
yeah.
GMs will be they make money.
Right.
But they're also running how much millions of dollars do they make a year at each location?
Right.
Okay, they should make a lot of money.
Right.
But if I'm a 16-year-old fry cook
who calls out every other week and
doesn't come uniformed, always late, whatever.
Yeah, yep.
Or even if I'm an ace employee,
right.
But like I'm still 18 years old. I'm an ace employee, but I'm 18 years old and I'm just a fry cook. I'm not running. You want to come do the schedule? You want to come do the inventory?
Right.
You can get paid more.
Yeah.
But you don't want to do all that. You can't do all that.
Yeah, no, you can't really say one wage should be enough, because then you could take the opposite and you could say one wage shouldn't be too much. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so then now you're going after CEOs saying, oh, well, you guys shouldn't be making $10 million a year.
Dude, honestly.
But it's like they run a multi, possibly billion-dollar company, and they're responsible for not just the people who work at the corporation and all the franchises underneath that corporation. They're responsible for all the shareholders who invest their money and are expecting a return. So you have a lot of obligations to live up to. And
sometimes one job, a good paying job, isn't enough either. For example, so Tanya works, right? But let's say she didn't work. It would be a little harder for you to take care of a wife and 2 kids and a really nice house with just the one salary. It'd be hard. Maybe not even enough. Who knows? We don't. Depends on how people live, of course, right?
Yeah.
But you want to give.
Because some people live, if you both are working and you have let's say you're both bringing in $100,000 or $200,000 or $500,000, people live up to their wage.
Right.
So all of a sudden, like, if the man is making 150,000, and then the wife comes in making 175,000, when she was making, like, let's say 75,000, and they had a certain income they lived up to. So their cars were this big or this nice, the house was this big, the clothes were like this.
Now it's gonna go
dinners.
up here.
Exactly, because people are like, how can I spend this money?
Yeah.
I mean,
when you make more money, you're gonna want nicer things, bigger things. Exactly.
Yeah.
Let me get back to Johnny's thing because it's so funny.
Okay.
Brad.
All right. So he's got that.
He's got the shirt.
Yeah.
So I said, "What are you guys fighting for here? What's going on?" He kind of didn't really know why he was there.
He's picketing and didn't know why he was there?
Yeah, he kind of didn't know.
Oh.
Okay.
Johnny, if you watch this, you got to know, man. You got to know.
You got to know. That's what I told him. But he said also, like, he said he wants them the employees want to be able to close, to not open the store when they're understaffed.
Oh, hey, hang on. Say it again. They don't want to what?
The employees want to be able to close the store or not open.
Oh, okay.
When they're understaffed.
So all of a sudden 6 o'clock happens and they don't have enough people to cover.
Shut off.
It's done. We're cutting down. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Along with that, if they are to close, they still want to get paid for that shift they're losing. Brad.
So if they close at 6 and they're supposed to work till 9, they still want to get paid from 6 until 9?
Yeah, but
as they drive
but
home.
You know what? It's actually more like, hey, we're gonna be understaffed today. Let's not open today at 9 o'clock in the morning. And hey, still pay me because I was supposed to be here.
Wow, that's wow.
Interesting, right?
That is. Yeah.
I don't know if it's the generation, that company, those certain employees, what. But
that's kind of like saying if you go to the grocery store every Monday and pick up your bread, your butter, your milk, and you don't show up one Monday to pick it up, you think they should still get it ready for you and send it to you. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, I know I didn't show up this week for my food, but you guys know I normally do. Mm-hmm. So I want that. I mean, that's like, yeah, wow.
My brother he's saying that the last thing was about higher pay.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he said that something about a $4 raise for everyone,
and
which is crazy.
And minimum wage there is what, $15 an hour right now?
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay, so they want $19 an hour.
Yeah, something. Okay. I don't know what exactly. I don't remember that one.
Okay.
But I was like, how long have you been there? He said he's been there a little less than a year or about a year.
Okay.
He's already had a $2 increase in his wage.
Okay.
Johnny.
Okay.
Which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
$2 in a year?
Yeah, especially if you're working at a job that's like an entry-level job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I had a job where they try to take money away from me.
Right, yeah.
At the tire shop when I quit, was my boss brought me in. He was like, yo, I need to bring your pay down a little bit because it's not really busy and this and that. I was like, when do you want that to begin? He was like, tomorrow or something like that. I was like, all right, well, that'll be my last day because I'm not doing that. What? Yeah. Like, are you crazy?
What did he say?
He said, okay. I said, okay.
So then he was out an employee.
Yep.
So then it cost him probably twice as much to try to find a new employee, and he had the morale of the rest of the guys who had to cover for you now was low because they were upset.
Dude, and I would run his shop for him.
Yeah.
It's his business.
Right.
I would run it for him. I'd do all the computer stuff, the money stuff, plus help with the mechanic stuff because I had to because it was just usually two of us all day.
Oh, wow.
And it's not really my fault that it was slow because usually when people came in, we would sell, but we just weren't having a lot of people coming in at that point of time, point in time. But
I mean, what he should have done is just say, hey, I'm going to cut your hours back. Now, you still might have said, I'm going to quit.
No, I wouldn't have.
Okay. But I'm saying you may still have, but like you said, you wouldn't have. But at least he's not cutting your pay. Because when you cut someone's pay, you're actually saying, I want you to do the same amount of work for less money.
You're less valuable to me now.
Right.
But I still want you to do the same.
Yeah. Say, I mean, and that's what you should have said. Say, so is it okay if I take more breaks then? And is it
Yeah.
okay if I don't work quite as hard? He's like, no. Oh, really? So it's not okay if you pay me less either.
Before that happened to me, I've never heard of that in my life. I don't
I've
even
never
know
heard
if
that
it's
either.
I don't even know if it's legal.
Yeah.
How do you bring back somebody's pay for no reason?
I would say, especially for no reason. Like, if he's written you up a bunch of times, he's like, look, I gave you this promotion, and you've been assistant manager. I'm now demoting you from assistant manager to this.
Which you make less money. I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
That would make more sense. But if you're just like a normal employee, and you're like, hey, I brought you in making $13 an hour. We're going to pay you 11 now.
Yeah.
You're like, you're what?
Oh, that's another thing I told Johnny. I was like, yo, you guys cannot complain about how much you make because this is what I told them. You went and applied for this job.
Right.
You said, please, you went and begged, please hire me. Look, I even dressed really nice for you in this interview. Please hire me. I really want to work here. And they hired you.
Right.
Now you want more money because you realize kind of how hard it is to actually be in the workforce.
Right.
And I had that issue a lot at Domino's too. Like a lot of people didn't have a job before or didn't realize how hard the food industry is and stuff like that. You know,
well, they say it's the hardest job for the least amount of pay. You still can make good money, but you probably make more money working putting that same effort towards something else. So they say the food industry is very hard.
It is the hardest.
Yeah.
The hardest. Dude, that's why I love what I do now, man. The hardest part of my job is like not getting into car accidents all day. That's the hardest part of my job. I get to talk to people and meet cool people. I had to shut somebody up today because they got in my car. This young lady, she was like, so I have a temporary paper license plate on my window. And she was like, she opened the door. She's like, where's the license plate? Where's your license plate? I was like, there's a temp one on the window. But are you this person? She's like, oh, yeah, okay. She got in the car. I was like, and I told her what happened. Like, hey, Lyft didn't give me an option to with the temporary one, but this is me. I was like, and I also wish Lyft would give us the same source of comfort when it comes to the safety of the drivers, because when Brad gets in my car, I don't know if Brad is his real name that is showing me. Brad doesn't even have to have a picture on his profile. Brad can have a picture of a cat or no picture whatsoever. And he's getting in my car, and I'm hoping it's Brad.
Right.
But Lyft doesn't really give us that reassurance of safetiness.
Yeah.
Right? You, as the customer, you get a picture of my car. You get my license plate, which that one, okay, whatever. Right now, it's kind of weird. You get my license plate. You get a picture of me. You know it's my real name because they asked for my license.
Right.
Like I get a background check done on me. Everything.
Right.
For you to get into somebody else's car, that's your fault, not my fault.
Right.
It's not the driver's fault.
Yeah.
Like it really irritates me when people do that because it makes me feel like I'm some criminal. Like, you're getting in my car. I'm not trying to get into your house to come get you.
Right.
You're just walking into my car. Oh, I always give them attitude with that. I always give them that line. Yeah, Lyft doesn't really care about our safety. You guys don't even have to have a picture on your profile. And when I say that, usually they don't have a picture, and I know it makes them feel bad.
Yeah.
But
that's funny.
I like my job.
That's good.
I like my job now.
That's good. I think it's important to like your job. I think. There's definitely days that my job is, I get headaches and I get tired of this not going right or that not going right or whatever. But sometimes if you really don't like your job, it doesn't really matter how much you get paid. Like, you're just kind of like, okay, I'm done. Like, I could care less about the money coming in.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Like high paying jobs.
Yeah. Why do you think there's so much like suicide and stuff from Wall Street guys, and they're constantly doing
well, isn't that because they're always up and down with the money, with the income?
Well, maybe. I'm just saying, like, even guys,
because they're not always high, they're always up and down.
Right. But I mean, it's kind of I would say it's a more common commonly known thing that there's cocaine involved. I mean, like those kind of guys, when they have that much money, they're looking for things to, what's the word I'm looking for?
Distract.
Yeah, distract them, take away, make them forget about how bad their day was, and so they're looking for something to replace that, whether it's some kind of drug or alcohol or women or whatever it is. They're looking for like an aphrodisiac because they have so much stress. And initially they got into it because of the cool cars, the nice house, the cool suits, all the stuff, and the women too. And then all of a sudden they come to find out, man, this is stressful, and I got people yelling at me, and I got to hit this number, or I might not have a job tomorrow. And when you have that much stress on you, sometimes it's not worth it. Other times you're really just doing something you don't like. Like maybe you own a business and you thought it was going to be really cool, and you started off the first couple of years doing all right, and then after a while you find out you don't like it. Like in my position, I work with dealers who purchase boats and purchase sled decks for the snowmobiles, purchase trailers for all kinds of different things, utility trailers, boat trailers. Some of those guys started off as shop guys, or maybe they were racers. Like maybe they liked racing motorcycles. Then they got into now they're a mechanic. And they're like, you know what, I'm pretty good at this. I think I'm going to open up my own shop. But they still have the mind of a mechanic. So they would prefer to be in the back, but now they got to be out front dealing with customers and sales, and they're not people. They're not a people person.
Yeah.
So they would prefer to be in the back. And so now they're like, man, I wish I would have stuck with my old job where I'm turning wrenches. I don't like dealing with people up front and having to sign, time cards and pay people and do the accounting and,
There's nothing worse than bad customer service, man.
Oh, you're telling me.
Bad customer service
Telling me.
That's one of my biggest pet peeves, bro. I hate it. I don't think there's anything that irritates me more than that.
I believe it.
Anywhere. Like, it could be food, it could be mechanic, wherever.
Right.
I hate it.
I used to be a waiter long time ago in my 20s.
Not a waitress.
No, I could have probably passed for a waitress possibly. But I wasn't real good at it, but I knew what it took to be good at it. And now when I sit down with people, I try to give them the benefit of the doubt. But if you don't come back every 10 or 15 minutes and check on me, I really expect you to come back every 5. Hey, how's the food?
Every 5 after you get your food?
Maybe not after I get my food, but hey, how are the drinks? Or do you guys need a refill? Or, you guys need anything else? How's everything going? Mm-hmm. Just stopping by and say, hey, you guys still good? No, yeah, we're great. But if you come by every 15 or 20 minutes and my drink's been empty for 10, I'm like, how do you not walk by and at least look? You don't even have to come over and say, how you doing?
You can see from afar.
Yeah, look at your tables from, 30, 40 feet away and be like, okay, those guys need drinks. Those people over here need drinks, or looks like they have a spill, or they need some napkins, or I'll go ask them if they're finished with their meal because it looks like they're all finished.
But you don't get that at nice restaurants.
Most of the time, not.
But that's why you're paying $100 a plate.
Yep. And it's for the experience.
Yeah.
You like a waiter who can tell you, hey, have this drink with this meal, or I would suggest this side with this particular meal, or these are our specials of the night, and this is how it's cooked. And then that makes you like, oh, that sounds delicious.
I've been to one fancy restaurant my whole life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one. At least as an adult. I'll say as an adult, because maybe I've gone in the past and I don't remember, but I don't think so. But as an adult, I've gone to one. It's called El Gaucho in Tacoma.
Yeah.
It's a Argentinian.
El Gauchos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
So expensive.
It is.
But it's so good.
Yeah.
And it's so nice. I went there for an anniversary one year, I think. That was when I was still working at Domino's with the mother of my children. Mm-hmm. Man, I struggled right there. I don't know if you caught that.
Sometimes it's hard to say.
It's hard.
Yeah. It's hard. Yeah. No, I get it, man. I get it. So, yeah, customer service is definitely important. I think that no matter what you do in life, you should be pleasant to be around. Even if you're not in a customer service position. Like, for instance, my shop guys. A lot of times there's heat out there. They're tired. They get cranky, or maybe it's cold outside. And and the breeze is coming through, and their tools are cold, and the products they're touching are cold, so they're just freezing, and they're and they're trying to get stuff to warm them up, so they're a little bit on edge. And that happens almost anywhere you go where there's physical,
Yeah.
but also even if you're just looking at numbers all day.
Because then your mind gets tired.
Yes, but you need to recognize when someone new who's not involved in the place of business walks into the shop, your office, or whatever it is, your place of business. You should try to change your attitude a little bit and walk over and say, "Yeah, hey, how can I help you?" And I would say majority of my guys, if I hand them off to a customer, most of them will handle that customer fairly well. I probably would not say they'd handle it the same way as a salesperson would. However, I feel like the majority of the guys that work here handle customers well. If I say, "Hey, Bob here is looking for such and such," they may, yeah. What is it? Let me see the picture of it, or bring your truck around and let me look at your trailer, or whatever it is. And they'll find that part for them, or they'll find that product that they're needing. So
that's good. That's also because they're knowledgeable about the stuff, so that helps a lot.
Yes,
that's good.
Yeah,
that's really, really, really good. What else? You got a dad joke for me?
I got all kinds of dad jokes. You know me. I mean, there's not been one week yet where I have not told a hilarious dad joke. Every single one of them is amazing. And I'm pretty sure that anybody
we can agree to
watching,
disagree.
Everybody watching right now, they would agree.
Dude, I got to tell you something so funny that my son did yesterday. My daughter's upstairs. She's watching YouTube.
Okay.
Chilling.
Okay.
I had told my son to go get her for me a couple times because he's downstairs with me.
Okay.
I told him one time, a couple minutes go by, she's not there. She's not downstairs yet. Mm-hmm. I was like, "Yo, did you tell her?" He was like, "Yeah, I told her." I was like, "Go tell her to get her ass down here." He was like, "Wait, can I say the ass word, the A word?" I was like, "Sure, dude." He got so excited. I was dying when he asked me if he could say the A word. And he said it. He's like, "Bella, get your ass down here." It was so funny. And then my daughter comes down, like, snitching that he used the A word and stuff. Mm-hmm. But I let him. And, yeah, I thought that was hilarious.
And her jaw dropped like, "What? You let him say it?" And she cussed you out, didn't she?
No.
All right, here's a joke.
They're only half white, not fully.
Oh, okay. So if they're fully white, they would cuss you out.
They would cuss me out.
Stupid white people.
He said it, not me.
But he wants you to acknowledge that he agrees with that.
But he agrees with that. He said stupid white people, not me.
All right, you ready?
Sure.
Now, this is the man talking to his wife. John said, "Your mother has been with us for 20 years. Isn't it time she got a place of her own?" To which Helen replies, "My mother? I thought she was your mother."
Wait, what?
Some random lady's been living with them and they don't even know.
Oh my goodness.
My mother, I thought she was your mother.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
All right, guys. This was episode 22 on Dear Dad with Ivan and Brad. Maybe leave us a comment on what you think it should be like working with coworkers, or have you guys had some issues with customer service? And do you feel like everybody in the place of business should be good at customer service?
Whether in the back, in the front, on the side.
Exactly.
Anywhere.
Exactly.
I say yes.
I say yes. Makes for a nice experience.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, guys, thanks for showing up. Hope you liked it. So make sure you like it, subscribe to it, share it, and leave us that comment. We'll see you next time on Dear Dad with Ivan and Brad.